Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to 999. We're back here again at the decision again where we're trying to decide, well, what does this look like? And, I think it most looks like a man's face, and I was told we should probably go with what I thought, so, seems like a good idea to me. It looks like a man's face. A man's face? This is the head, you know, the part up on the top, and this is the nose and the mouth. Junpei pointed to what he was talking about. Nope. That's wrong. Lotus smiled triumphantly. It's a dog. See, like this. Lotus pointed out parts of the picture, and eventually a dog took shape in them. And I kinda see the dog that people are talking about. Maybe I'll take a more look at it later. It looked as though she had a point. Oh. I see it now. I didn't see it until there was that. It was a dog. Santa also nodded in agreement. So, now we know what it's a picture of, but I don't see how this helps us. Lotus nodded and began to speak. A TV show from Great Britain did an experiment once. They took two similar pictures. Both of them were difficult to identify, initially. But once you figured out the answer, you couldn't see it as anything else. Which is true. The first picture was a woman wearing a hat. The other one, well, to make it easier, let's just say it was this picture of a dog. So, their experiment, first, they sent the pictures to the other parts of the world where the British radio and television didn't reach. To Ireland, the US, Africa, Europe, etc. Then, in each country, they gathered a number of test subjects. All in all, there were roughly 1,000 people. These 1,000 people were shown the two pictures and asked, what does this picture look like to you? The results in and of themselves were not terribly interesting. 92% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. 9.2, and then 3.9% saw the dog in the dog picture. Then 2 days later, they broadcast a new show. During the 30-minute show, they broadcast the dog picture and its solution. The audience estimated to be about 200,000 people. After the broadcast, it could be assumed that the number of people who knew the solution to the dog picture now totaled over 200,000 people. After another 2 days had passed, they gathered a number of research subjects from an area where British TV and radio did not exist. This time, they were only able to find a sample of roughly 850 people. Naturally, none of them were the people who had participated in the first test. They were, however, given the same test and the same two pictures. The results were shocking. 10% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. The previous test had yielded a 9.2% success rate. The change was not statistically significant. The dog picture, however, had produced a very different result. The percentage of people able to successfully find the dog grew from 3.9% to 9.8%. I would still call that statistically low, but okay. I mean, it is double the statistical percentage, but it's not that much higher. If it was like 40%, I could see a difference. So, do you understand? Do you realize the significance of this experiment? There was no way the second group could have seen the picture. Oh, I see. They lived far away from Britain and couldn't have seen the picture. But even so, it was only the success rate for the dog picture that went up. Was it the telepathy? How did that happen? I'd still say that's within an acceptable bounds. In fact, I'm actually in school right now. I'm learning about the standard deviation. I should apply my math there and see if that works. I just finished with a math test. I don't want to do it. I might do it later. If I can do it later, I'll show you guys later. Why? How did that happen? What does it mean? Lotus looked back and forth, from Junpei to Santa and back again. Normally calm and collected, she looked now as though she were very nearly possessed, and there was something manic about her manner. Santa took an involuntary step backwards. Junpei didn't budge, and stared straight back into Lotus's eyes. Does this have something to do with that field, or whatever it was that you were talking about earlier? A field not visible to the eye. So, if more people know the answer, then that information will pass through the field. But that couldn't happen, could it? Or are we dealing with a completely different set of realistic properties in this, whatever this world is? Psych! Her manner suddenly shifted, and Lotus smiled broadly at Junpei and Santa. She waved her hand dismissively, doing her best to laugh the whole confrontation off. Oh, I was just kidding. You really shouldn't take me seriously. Are you serious? I mean, the things I just told you about are true. They really did happen. But the results of that experiment really aren't anything to go by. They could have easily falsified them, exactly. In the end, I'm sure they were just in it for the ratings. They are a TV station, after all. I'm gonna take a really quick break. Sorry, I can tell my voice is sounding funny again, so be right back. Yeah, while I was taking my break right there, I was just thinking about it, and if the second group of people was a smaller test group, it would take fewer of them to increase the percentages, which would make it even less likely that that was statistically significant. I don't know. But let's just keep going. At last, it seemed that Santa had gained control of his composure. Right. Man, I gotta admit, you had me there for a minute. I, really thought you were serious. Of course not. Like I told you before, I'm sure it's all just pseudoscience. Oh, okay, right. Santa and Lotus laughed and gave one another jovial claps on the shoulder. Junpei, however, didn't feel so much like laughing. Something felt wrong. Unclear. Alright, enough nonsense. We've got the key, let's get out of here. Now, the fact that that painting isn't here at all, though, does seem to be like it might be of some significance. Word. Lotus and Santa walked away from the picture. But Junpei stared, staring at the picture of the dog. I see the dog now, I just never saw it till they showed me the picture. A field not visible to the naked eye. Morphogenic field. The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. Okay. So I think we can leave here now, right? Alright. Let's go to the hallway. I'll go get June. You guys head to the door. Okay. Roger that. If you remember, we still have the Mars key, so I'm not going to add that to the inventory unless we're doing more investigation for whatever reason. Yes. It unlocked. Good job, Junpei. Good. Now we can get going. Come on, what are you guys standing around for? Let's get out of here. What about June? Hey, Jumpy. Where are you going? Oh, I was gonna go get you. I know, Santa told me. Come on, let's go. Oh, we already got her, okay. Come on, Jumpy, I'm going. Alright, let's go. And there we go, we got ourselves out of there. You found it! I guess they're referring to the way out. It's just a little weird to say it like that. They stepped through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway. Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway. They took hold and shook, but it refused to move. As was expected, I'm sure. Nearby was a pair of elevators. It took only a few button presses to determine that the elevators would not respond to their efforts. They could only assume the elevators were not powered. There was only one door left. Well, looks like we don't have any choice. Yeah, sure does. Well then, let's open it. Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. Oh, we're in the kitchen. He entered, slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly. So, it's a kitchen. Santa did not look pleased. What were you expecting? Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here. I'm sure it wouldn't be that fast. Yeah, it wouldn't be that easy. Yeah, I know. Still. As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at last, she stood in front of a door. If we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier. Let's take a look at the map really quick, see if I can see that. So we're in the kitchen right now. Oh, that's where we came from. We're in the kitchen. The other side of the grate might be the casino, or it might be a room that we can't access yet. But don't we need a key for that? Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy. Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket, which I just did, and spread it out in front of him. As he did... hey! What's that? Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck. Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from him. Wow, you're kind of rude. She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself. I knew it. See, look. Junpei did as he was told. Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well. See? We came in here. If we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate. With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map. Okay. Oh, and that little diamond-shaped thing must have been in the grate. She was right. Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei. He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. There's a card reader on the right side of the door. Thanks, June. You've been so helpful today. That means the key card is somewhere in here, right? That seems the most likely. Alright, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues. It's like we're in the mystery machine and we're about to go find them. Oh, are we gonna go seek a way out of the kitchen? Seek a way out. I think it should be a little less dramatic since we aren't currently in death mode. I think this is new music though. Okay, well let's check stuff out just randomly. A voucher. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. Okay, do we not need it? Okay, I guess we don't need it. I thought maybe we could pick it up, it'd be useful. There's 9 plates. Oh, they're 9. There's 9 plates look pretty expensive. They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. How was I supposed to know that? Well, excuse me, princess. This looks like a serving table. I would imagine food is put here after it's prepared, so the waiters and waitresses can take it out. Sorry, the music distracted me. So the waiters and waitresses can take it out to the customers. But this music's really interesting. I need to stop listening to it. But something doesn't seem right here. Why are there so many plates? I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the heck can you tell that? They look just like any other plate from the 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June. What? Why the heck are you bringing up June? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You're not terribly subtle. And there's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate. Those plates are for serving meat. You really are ignorant, aren't you? I have no idea about this either. Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez. Okay. So it looks like we're behind a counter right now. Or maybe we're in the serving area where the waiters come and pick up the food from. Wow. This pot looks like it's made out of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. Spending a day off with June drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me? Jumpy. Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. Oh, is this the freezer? I feel like staying in here might be a bad idea. Oh, there's cheese! Hey, there's something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? Alright guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. There's a little green bottle back there. We've got a bottle of oil. Are we going to be cooking today? It actually sounds like fun. Okay. Anything behind the other cheeses? This is Gouda cheese. The most famous Dutch cheese. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad. So, you can store it at room temperature for quite a while. So we can eat this? Most likely. I'm not hungry at all. I guess it's hard to get hungry in a situation like this. What about, do all the cheeses? Sweet. There's cheese on the shelf. Sweet. Do any of the other cheeses hide anything? I don't really want to tap all of them. I guess not. Okay. There's cheese on the shelf. Sweet. There's so much stuff in here. A whole lot of cans. This is probably a pantry. Okay, so there's cans. Wooden box in the second row. Ooh. Oh. I feel like this could be dangerous in someone's hands. A rusty knife. I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this. The knife seemed important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be much use the way it was. It's futile. What? Futile? You know, oh, futile. You know, a waste. Useless. Pointless. Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up? Oh, no reason really. I was just thinking about futility. She wasn't making much sense. Junpei tried rephrasing his question. Why were you thinking about futility? At last, she answered. Well, it has something to do with the Titanic. The Titanic? Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted? I can't say I particularly have. No, I haven't. What is it? In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published. It was called Futility. It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson. The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking. Of course, if that were the only similarity, there wouldn't really be any reason to mention it. It wasn't, though. The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure time, size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and crew, the number of lifeboats. Even the location of the accident itself, and the cause, and the location of the damage. Everything matches the Titanic almost exactly. It was almost as if he'd seen the whole thing happen. But this book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic. There were two other similar stories, written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886, one in 1892. I bet these people were like, why does this Stead guy keep writing about these stupid ships sinking? Stead wrote two stories that had strikingly similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, two ships collided, and many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank. I don't know, I mean, I'll give you that it seems weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships. Right. I knew you'd say that. But What if Stead had some sort of special powers? To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing? What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about that thing where someone says they're possessed by a spirit? And then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing? Yes. What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull. Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When the Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by spirits of dead people, who the heck possessed him so he could write that stuff? That's not it. What's not it? Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing. What are you smoking? William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes. 20 years before it happened. He had decided it was probably best to say nothing. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. Junpei smiled uncomfortably. Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay? Huh? But her voice trailed off, and she glanced at the floor, troubled. Tap tap. Sorry about that. Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder, and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. So, we've got a rusty knife. Is that blood? I mean, it looks like rust, but it kind of almost looks like blood. Of course, then again, it could have just been used for cutting things and wasn't properly cleaned, which would lead to it being rusty. Okay, I'll give it that. We probably shouldn't let this leave our inventory, though. Not for some time. Okay, there's a light up here. The light for the pantry. There's milk in here. Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old. Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it'd be a pretty sight. No, I'm pretty sure it'd be absolutely disgusting. And yep, those are the cans over there. Okay, I think we've seen everything in here. We've already seen the wooden box, sorry. I don't know why my throat is just bleh, like that. Okay, let's get a bird's eye view. Let's go back. I think I might have... So right now we're here. And that's a door over here that you can't quite see on the first-person view. I mean, on the overhead view. Oh, that's the exit. There's a big old iron plate over the door. I don't think we can open it. That wasn't what I was trying to click, but okay. So now we're over here. Kind of skipped around a lot of things, didn't we? Okay. Some sort of keypad here. It looks like you can enter numbers into this thing. Is it an oven timer? It's probably for entering a passcode. After all, the oven door is locked. My guess is that it'll open if we put in the correct code. So I'm sure we have to look around for the correct code because I have no idea what it could be. All we've got here is a pot and a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could use some of those as weapons. What kind of an idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Hey, man, it was just a joke. Why so serious? You and your quotes. Besides, you've got a rusty knife. I'm sure that'd be a better weapon. Okay, so we're back here. I was wanting to go back here. Maybe this table is for preparing food. There are plates everywhere. A sink. It's still got water in it. There's a couple of plates in there, but I don't think they're going to help us much. We got a whetstone, which we might be able to use to sharpen the knife with. Let's try combining it with the knife, see what happens. Maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. The blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this. So now we've got a knife. Wow. We removed all of the rest with the whetstone. We must have... Worked at that for a while. Okay, cool. So now we have a usable knife for something. Oh, a countertop. There's a rolling pin and a colander here. Nothing useful. Okay. A trash can. There's nothing inside of it. Well, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose. Dang, there's nothing in here. Hey, Santa, digging through the trash really suits you. What the heck did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just be annoying, so I did it for you. Oh my. I don't recall asking you to do anything. I ought to throttle you. Excuse me. Does it feel colder in here? Uh-oh. Alright, it's going. Do you think this is all part of Zero's plan? What is this? Probably. Kinda hard to believe there's a chef on board somewhere. Oh, this is like a grill or something. Or a cooktop of some sort. Yeah, it's a grill. There's some coals, they're bright red. I wonder what this drawer is. You see the metal grate on top of the grill? This is probably for getting the charcoal out. Or, yeah, it's for the fat and the grease. They make it like that so the fat and the juices can drip off the meat while it cooks. It looks like the area under the plate opens up. No, you can't. I already checked. It's sealed shut. I think that's where the coal goes. So if this is warm, that means somebody's been here somewhat recently. Or at the very least, the fire's been started somewhat recently. They're lights, buddy. Nothing weird about that. Okay, I can't click over there. Nope, not that. No, I don't want the rolling pin in the colander. Let's keep going around the room. Oh, we're back over here. Okay. It's kind of far away. I can't really tell, but is that a ladle? I don't really think a ladle is going to be very useful. Oh, that's the countertop with the colander. Okay. It's a tank with a pipe coming out of it. Nothing really that special about it. Hey, Santa. Could you open that door, please? What the heck? There's no way I could open that thing. Guess you're getting to that age where your eyes start to go, huh? You better watch your mouth, boy, or someone won't live long enough to see that door opened. This has got the two of them on edge. We gotta get out of here, and fast. Okay, well, I'm looking at the time. This is probably a good time to stop. So we're gonna stop for now. I feel like checking that board's going to start something, because it probably has a paper with maybe a code on it. So we'll check that board next time, and continue searching the room. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Sorry about any, all of my cuts I have to make sometimes when I record this, because this has so much talking. My throat, I have issues clearing it often enough. So sometimes I have to take breaks like that. So sorry about that ahead of time. But we will be back next time for more 999. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye!